just
okay. We have about 5 minutes before the next one. Maybe we can have a small filler from Vikas.
Vikas, are you now ready to shoot off that filler? It will be fantastic.
I really couldn't figure out, I was trying to run it. So
no problem. Meanwhile, let me share some good news. I think that book is flying off the shelves. I just got a message from the gentleman who actually has access to the payment gateway. Very happy to hear that it's being ordered in 1s and 2s and 3s. Anything more than 3, I think, will be landing in your mailbox, in the society's mailbox. So we'll take a look at that later. So, extremely encouraging for us as a society to see that the first book is already flying off the shelves. Our global participants, please do not worry. We will make sure that we reach the book to you. Could you do us a favor and just drop in a mail to us saying that you are interested, and we will make sure that we will make sure the book reaches you. We just need to know that you are interested. One easy way to do that is to drop a mail into the society. Another way to do that is I'll just paste a feedback form just now, which is available on the society. Just put in a word saying that you want a book or you want so many copies of the book. And simply by virtue of the fact that you have partnered with us these 2 days, we promise that we will figure out the way to reach that book to you. So I'll just paste that feedback form also right over here, because I'm sorry, that's the most easily available, that is the most easily available means I have of allowing you to send out an immediate message to us. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to go to the Rail Enthusiast Society and paste it in here. Just 1 second. Here we fly, and I'm not sharing the screen, am I? No, I'm not. But that doesn't matter. I'll just put the link in there. Actually, I should share the screen, but I'll just do both. I'll just share the screen as well. Here we are, and there we are. Okay. So let me just do a quick share of the screen. Right. I hope you can see the feedback form. Is it now visible to all?
Yeah, it is there.
Perfect. So I'll just share this with you. It says, I have an idea, suggestion, contribution, or request. In this case, just hit the I have a request button, put in your name, email ID, and in the brief text, just put in your address and send it to us. This form actually reaches us, and we'll for everyone who is overseas and wants a copy of the book at this point in time, this is what we have easily available. I am just going to put this as a link in the chat box so that it is easy to find. I can also show you how to negotiate here once you get to our website. So this is the portal home, and I need to go to the website home. So this is a site that you're now familiar with. There is a button here which says portal. Please hit that button. And a lot of this is login based for members only, but the feedback form is open to all. So at the dead center of this website, you will find this form which says feedback. Please choose that, and that will take you to this form where we just want you to place your request by giving us your name, your email ID, and in the brief text, please share with us your address. And just hit the send button or the submit button, and it will help us to compile your requirements for the books overseas. The next thing I'm going to do now is to put this in the chat button, which I hopefully should be able to shoot up. Oh, that's because I'm sharing the screen. Okay. Am I okay? That's stop share, and there's the chat. Here it is. It's the link is now also in the chat. I had occasion to show you how to negotiate to the site. So long as you reach the site, go to portal and go to feedback, you have a means of reaching out to us. Sir, I think we're a minute away from the next session, and Jail Singh sir, as I understand, that session is being moderated.
No, I'm not seeing Trevor Heath in the participants. Trevor, are you there? next speaker, I'm not seeing him among the participants. Unless he's on some...
He had joined in earlier in the day. I remember seeing Trevor Heath joining in earlier.
But
in the
I
day.
can't see him now. I'm trying to search his name by Trevor and by Heath. And I can't see it.
Well, what we can do meanwhile is that our global participants could perhaps use that link in the chat and reach out to us for the book while we look for Trevor Heath.
Problem coming.
Because do you have Trevor's telephone number?
No, he was supposed to join us from US and it will be 5:30 in the morning. But let me just try to figure out.
Because I'm not finding him.
Yeah. I'll just find out. Yeah.
Okay. So while Vikas tries to raise Trevor, Apurva, can I request if you're ready with the presentation on those wonderful photographs that you have, we should move into that space now. Reaching out to Apurv.
Yeah. Yes,
Wonderful.
online. Okay, just let me start. Just give me a second. What I will do is I'll continue with where we had left out. So there is some sort of continuity and then I'll close it and I'll start another presentation as the time permits. But there are stories, so let me just get with this and I'll share my screen. Okay, you can see this.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Fantastic.
So
fantastic.
yeah. Okay. So we were talking about this station, which is called Ukshi, and Ukshi is actually a sort of staging post for the major station along between Mumbai and Goa, which is Ratnagiri. So this being a single line section and through an essentially a very hilly terrain, this is a sort of staging post to hold trains. And what's on the other side, just behind this train is a 4-kilometer tunnel, and on the ahead of the train is a 6-kilometer tunnel, which is the longest one on Konkan Railways. So a train takes a lot of time to negotiate that section. So while again Ukshi has only 2 trains every day, 2 stopping trains for dedicated for picking up passengers, a lot of mail express, a lot of freight trains stop at Ukshi for crossing and for overtakes. So we reached Ukshi on a foggy morning. Once we got lost, we didn't know where the path was, but we asked a villager who was up very early in the morning, and he said, okay, go this way. And I thought that he sent us on the wrong way because it was just a path going to nowhere. And despite it being at 50 meters altitude, there is a lot of fog every day. So that's a fact of Konkan Railways. In fact, the people who work on Konkan Railway also carry cold weather jackets. Now, in a hot and humid place, nights are always cold. That is what I've been told on the train. So we reached Ukshi, and it just end of the road, it's there. And there is nothing for kilometers. There is no habitation or anything like that. So it's a very wonderful place to go, and I will encourage anybody who's come to India to actually visit Konkan Railway by the road, and then you'll be amazed of how people have figured out ways into this place and figured out how they could actually build a railway line through this terrain. And the tale goes that they hired young engineers, they gave them motorbikes, they gave them fuel allowance, and they said, okay, your job is to search out the route. Whether you choose to work through the day or spend time with your friends, we are not going to monitor you. But at the end of the day, you have to file a report. And these were all young guys who were from the area, so they knew the back alleys and everything. They knew the way, they could find their way, and they actually developed this route. And every time I go to the Konkan Railways, it's a massive shock that how could anybody think of making a railway here? But they have done it, and they have done it in a very short time and under the budget. So when we talk of E. Sridharan as father of Delhi Metro, I think Delhi Metro is nothing. What he did in Konkan Railway is a monumental task. And okay, so this is about Ukshi station. Yeah.
And I think the best, they're on the right. There were 2 parts. One was steam in South Africa, in Africa, and one was
we are looking at the second tallest viaduct on Konkan Railway, which is the Gad River Viaduct, and this is the train. It's the Rajdhani Express, which runs between Madgaon and Delhi. And what you see at the background is an eclipse moon. We had everything right at that day. It was the eclipse moon on that day, and we had the Rajdhani Express and the beautiful light of Konkan as the sun is going down. And so this is one of the things. And the earlier visit to Gad was when my friend Lalam and I, this was again low resolution maps days of Konkan Railway, and then we had got off bus on the road, and then we had to trek about 1.5 kilometers from the road into this place. And we just had an idea whether there is something like this. We had traveled the previous day on a train to see the location, and we had tickets on some other train. But when we saw this bridge, we said, no, we need to come here the next day. And that's what we did. And this time, of course, we came in much more comfort in a car and all that. But we had everything was lining up right by the moon coming up in an eclipse state. And this is the Rajdhani Express coming right at time. While Gad River was the tallest viaduct, the second tallest viaduct, this is the tallest viaduct. And this is the Panwal River Viaduct, which exists south of Ratnagiri. You know, Ratnagiri is a very strange town. You have the longest tunnel to the north, 10 kilometers to the north, and the tallest viaduct south, 10 kilometers south in the whole country. Now, of course, Konkan Railway is eclipsed by the much longer and taller structures on the Kashmir Railway, but that's also being built by the Konkan Railways. So this is what I was surprised about is an article about the Panwal Viaduct, that the whole thing from design to execution to launch just cost rupees 9 crores in 2002. Now 9 crores is a laughable thing, but if you want, I can share the link to Times of India article which says that it is 9 crores. Just remember that a Volvo bus today costs about 1.5 crores. So 9 crores, including design, execution, and while we were doing the research, we figured out the architects, the people who have designed the bridge, the structural engineers who have actually designed the bridge. And he's Shirish Patel and Associates in Mumbai. So I sent my pictures to Shirish Patel, who's still he's active in this office, and he was very happy to see those pictures. And he says that while we were building it, and this is pre-internet, in 2002 we didn't have this sort of level internet. He said we had no idea what we were doing. We were just told that there is this river near Ratnagiri, and you had to design a structure which crossed it. And we looked at the geological profile, and we looked at the soil samples, and etc., and we built a bridge. And it stood the test of time, and like 40, 50, 60 trains go over it every day. So this is the Panwal Viaduct. No picture can do justice to the majesty of this particular bridge. And I'll show you, this is a view from the top.
And we have Apurv, thank you very much.
Yeah. Right,
there seems to be a problem with Trevor Heath, but we have a copy of his presentation.
All right.
I mean, not a video, but just a copy. We'll play that instead.
Okay, just give me 1 second. The last slide.
Okay.
Okay. So this is from the top. This is the view of the Panwal Viaduct. One of the columns. All the columns are hollow, and all the columns were put in within 20 days. So you can imagine what sort of miracles Indians can work if they want to work in this thing. And so this is it. Thank you. Thank you so much for looking at my presentation. We'll meet on some other day. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.